I may have gone a little overboard on book buying in May. Hey book besties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my May book haul. All of the books that I bought in May, or received. Not all of them were ones that I purchased myself, but I did end up with 31 new books in May, which is a lot. So yeah, but I'll be honest, come on, there are worse things to be addicted to than buying books, and who is it hurting really? Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around for more book content. I love sharing book hauls like this one, book reviews, reading recommendations, and reading roundups, just all the fun bookish things, so make sure you're following along. So there was like a lot going on in May. I mean, we had Mother's Day, there were library sales going on, I had an author event that I went to, so things were, I was just feeling free and loose with shopping for books, and I had a good time. So first up, one of my most exciting hauls that I did was at the Elsie Silver event that I went to. She released her new book, Fever Dream, and I got to go to Louisville, Kentucky to meet her and sit in on an author conversation with Emily McIntyre, and it was so much fun. I loved hearing her talk about her writing and talking about the book she just launched and then all of her other books and everything happening with the Rose Hill TV series. It was such a good time. It was like one of the best nights I'd had in a long time. I just had a great experience. And while I was there, with your ticket, you got a copy of Fever Dream and it was signed. So that was exciting. This is the standard edition of it. And when I had first bought my ticket, you could add pre-orders of other signed books. And I had planned to go in and buy a copy of Frontrunner, but I missed the deadline. So I was like, well, hopefully they'll have something there. And that was my goal, was when I went, I was going to buy Frontrunner. I bought more than that because let me tell you, I'm not even kidding when I say that the merch table with all the books and everything, I just started grabbing stuff because I don't know, I blacked out and I just started grabbing things. So I did end up getting the Frontrunner, which this is the only book of hers that I don't have I don't have any of the Gold Rush Ranch series books. I read them all on my Kindle, but this one was my favorite. It is one of my favorite Elsie Silver books. It was the first book of hers that I gave 5 stars, and I love the story. So I had to have it, and it was signed, so, I also bought some merch while I was there. I bought a bookmark. This is from Rose Hill, and then this is from Reckless, and then I bought a sticker because why not? So those were some of the things I bought, and then the things that I just panic purchased because I don't know, no self-control. I got Wildcard, which I loved this book. It's one of my favorite Elsie Silver books, signed, and I will say that the one that I have the Target edition. This is the standard edition, so it's a little different, right? And it's signed. And then I also got Powerless. I love this story so freaking much. I do have this book, and yeah, whatever, now I have 2 copies. I would have also picked up Reckless and Wild Love, because these 4 or these 3 are my favorites, and then Reckless and Wild Love are also in my top spots, but they didn't have those, so it could have been worse. Luckily, they had sold out, so I didn't have to buy even more. But then I also picked up Wretched, which is an Emily McIntyre book. This is part of her, I don't know what it's called, Never After series. I've read one book in the Never After series. I read Hexed. This one is like a Wizard of Oz type of retelling, which sounds really good, and I have had it on my TBR for a while, so I got a signed copy. And to piggyback off the Elsie Silver thing, I did get Fever Dream. This was the pre-order that I had for it. I got the Target edition, which is so cute with the little cactus. I love it. I had to have it. So yeah, now I have 2 copies. Who cares? And then the people who hosted the event, it was a local bookstore in Louisville called A Novel Romance. They were the one who hosted the event. So while I was in town, I was like, well, I need to go check out their store. And oh my God, it was beautiful. This store had so many rooms. It was in an old building, so there were all kinds of rooms and cute little fireplaces, and the setup was it was so cute in there. I loved it. And they had tons of signed books. I'm a sucker for signed books, so I definitely had to buy some things. The first book I got is Wild and Wrangled. This is a signed copy. Now, listen, I do have this book already. I loved this series. This was all the books in the series were 5 stars, but this one was my favorite. So when I saw that they had it signed, I had to pick it up. And then I got It's Different This Time. This has been on my TBR for a very long time. I've heard so many good things about it. So I've been meaning to pick it up for a while, and it was there. So I thought, why not? I also got a copy of Score by Kennedy Ryan, and it is signed. This book had just come out when I was there, so you know, it's a new release, and I have not read a Kennedy Ryan book yet, but I've heard such good things, and I do have Real on my shelf, which is the first book in the series, so yeah, I can't wait to get to this. And the last one I got from there is Rules for the Summer, and this one is also signed. Now, I had been thinking of getting this one, but I think I wanted the Barnes & Noble one. I couldn't remember. They're like, the Target one and the Barnes & Noble one are like this pretty purple color, and I do like how those covers look better, but this one is signed, and it's got these stunning sprayed edges. And I'll be honest, like, I like Megan Quinn's writing. She's really funny. I've read her like Christmas series are like in my favorites of hers, but her books are so long. Like, this book is almost 600 pages. So I've kind of been like, I don't know how many more of her books I want to be reading because they're just so long, but I've heard such good things about this one, particularly that the audio is even funnier. So I'm going to read it. I like to have a good time. I love a funny audiobook. So yeah, I'm going to do this one, and I can't wait to check it out. And I had my book of the month books. I got two. I got Seek the Traitor's Son and The Burning Side. I need to read these soon, especially this one because I keep hearing such good things about it. I picked up the whole series of, I don't know what it's called, the Mountain Men Matchmaker series. So in PR, I ended up getting the fourth book, which just came out in May, Bad Boy Era, and it came with the sprayed edges. It's so cute. I didn't have the other ones on my shelf, so I had to get them. Why not? Because I mean, I love the sprayed edges. I think they're so cute, and I've heard such good things about this series too. I haven't read them yet, but I need to. I actually have the audio of this one on hold at Libby, so once that comes off, I'm going to start my journey and read this whole series, and I cannot wait. And then of course I was spoiled for Mother's Day by my husband and my kids. They got me 4 books. First is Daffodil Darling Farms. I am so excited. This cover and these edges are so freaking cute. I'm also going to be meeting this author at an event in July, which I can't wait for. I'm going to have her sign it, and I'm going to be prioritizing reading this before I meet her because it sounds so cute. And then I got Summer Island, a Kristen Hanna book. I think this is like a new cover for this book because it's different than the one I had seen before, but it's actually not that long. It's not as long as some of her other books. I'm very excited. This is also going to be a book on my summer TBR. I got In 5 Years. I don't know if you can see, but it's like the little stars here are like gold and shimmery. It's so cute. This is a very quick story, and I've had this one on my TBR for a little while. It's a magical realism, which I love, and I've just heard really good things about it. And the last one I got from them was Beneath. This is book 1, or no, this is like before Conform. I think it's a prequel, something like that. I haven't read Conform yet, but I need to because I love dystopian. And I've been like toying with like which order to read it in because this is a prequel. So do I read it before Conform, even though Conform came out first? I mean, I ended up deciding I'm going to read Conform and just read them in publication order because I believe that like Conform and Beneath are like their own series, but they're interconnected, or I don't know, something like that. Anyway, I will get there and I will understand it at some point because I will be starting Conform soon. I thrifted some books this month. My local library had their library book sale, so I picked up 2 books from that. First is The Wedding. I read this book a long time ago. It's the follow-up to The Notebook. You're following, I think, the daughter of Allie and Noah's husband, so they're like son-in-law, and it was really good. And I like, this is the exact cover that I had read. Like, there's been a lot of different covers remade with Nicholas Sparks books, but this is the one that I do remember reading, so I was like, oh, I kind of have to have this one and read it again. And I also got Love in Winter Wonderland. This is a book that's been on my TBR for a while as part of my like holiday reads, so I'm hoping to read it this Christmas season. And then from a like a used bookstore in like a couple towns over from me, I checked it out when I was in town, and I got the Hunger Games trilogy. I have been wanting to get the like trilogy, like original covers. I have on my shelf up here the like sprayed edge ones, the ones that came out like last year, the year before, something like that. But I've been wanting the copies of these so I could have on my shelf, and I found these. I was like, come on, this is perfect. And then a couple other like books I randomly picked up. One is Alone with You in the Ether. Now, I am almost positive I got this in May, but it's possible I got it at the end of April. I don't quite remember. But anyway, I was very excited when I saw this because it was at Ollie's and it was like $3, $4 maybe. And this has been on my TBR again for a while. I've heard good things about it, and it's actually not very long. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Then I got 8 Endless Seconds. I actually did an ARC read for this. This is a cowboy romance that came out earlier in May, and I ended up getting a copy of of her book to have on my shelf. It was such an emotional read. It was really good, and I love the cover. So cute, and I love supporting indie authors. And last, I have some books that I got in PR. So I got I Want It to Be Wonderful. I actually won this in a giveaway from Zibby Publishing that they did, and it's like a book about motherhood. It was like a Mother's Day giveaway, so it sounds really good, and I do have a friend who read this who really enjoyed it. I got How Simi Got Her Groove Back. I actually got this from Brilliance Publishing, which is like Amazon's publishing program, and I'll be honest, I had signed up for that like probably at the end of 2024 and like never heard anything. So I was like, did I actually sign up for this? Did I not? I was confused. So I finally got a book from them and I'm very excited. This one sounds really good. This one I am very, very excited for. It's called Another Name for Red. It sounds really good. It's like an indigenous story with like mystery. I think there's like a missing person. Yeah, I love stories like that, so I'm very excited. This one comes out, I believe, in October. Yeah, October 13th. Yeah, I gotta get to this soon. And last is The Pillager's Guide to Arctic Pianos. This cover is so stunning, so beautiful, and it sounds like a really intriguing story. Okay, so that is 31 books. I had to like count to make sure I like actually got them all. Hold on. I just realized that I have PR mail that I haven't even opened yet, so I might as well just open it on here since I'm doing this book haul with you. I haven't, it's still May as I'm filming this, but it's the end of May, so let's just get these out of the way so you can see what else I got. First is You've Got Hate Mail. This is a book that I'm doing an ARC read for. I don't know when it comes out, and it might actually already be out. I don't know. Anyway, it sounds really good. Sounds super cute. I can't wait to read it. Next, I got Not Mine to Take. This is so cute. Look at the little dog on here. One of my friends also got this too, and she said that the dogs have a POV in this book, which that is so adorable. So I can't wait to read this one. And last is What Came West. This is like a Western story. I think it's about the gold rush, which I'm very excited for. It sounds really intriguing, and I am obsessed with this cover. Also, like, for some reason, this book is really heavy. Like, I picked it up, I was like, why is it so heavy? It must be that the pages are super thick or something, because it's not, like, terribly long. But yeah, I'm very excited for this one, too. So just a little bit of books in May. That ends up being, like, what, 34? Yeah, 34 books. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of space for books, to be honest, too, so that's becoming an issue, but we'll figure it out. I just love shopping for books, and honestly, people say this, but it is so true that reading books and buying books are two separate hobbies that I just love so much. If you have read any of these books, let me know your thoughts in the comments and tell me of some books that you snagged in May. Thanks for watching, besties. I'll see you next time.